So all of us have bad habits, but some habits can actually be more detrimental than others. And in this video, we're gonna talk about 7 bad habits that could potentially ruin RV living or that next RV trip. So you're gonna wanna stay tuned. Okay, here's the deal for today. At 9:01, we're going to get in the Jeep, so we're already running late on this. Now, at 9:05, we will arrive at the city center, and then we have approximately 2 minutes to get parked before we need to be at the movie at 9:10. Now, the movie's going to go until 1:20. At 1:25, we can go get lunch, but we need to make sure that we have lunch eaten by 1:40 because we only have 20 minutes to go from the city center over to the subway, catch the subway to go to where our next stop is then in New York City. All right, so you got that?
Yep.
So bad habit number 1 is actually over planning. Now, sometimes I hate to admit, but I'm a little bit guilty of this because I am a planner by nature. I plan out our trips. I plan out where we're going to be and what we're going to do. But this is something that can actually get you into trouble because we've learned the hard way. There can be so many things that you find in an area. Maybe you talk to a local and you find out there's this really cool little restaurant that you want to go visit, but you've planned everything to the gills and your schedule is so full that it doesn't leave time for that spontaneity to happen. So as you're living RV life and as you're planning that next RV trip, you want to make sure you don't overplan. Wait, oh my gosh, the paper is coming over the top. Now, everybody knows it is supposed to go this way. I don't understand why this is such a hard concept, people. Bad habit number 2 that could potentially ruin your RV trip is actually sweating the small stuff and letting those little annoyances get to you. Now, here's the deal. We're all guilty of this. I'm guilty of this. But let me tell you, after 4 years of living RV life, there's gonna be a lot of small annoyances. Things in RVs happen. Stuff breaks, and it breaks more often than not. And if you let those things get to you and pile up, well, it's just gonna turn into a more stressful trip than a stress-free trip. So learning how to just not sweat the small stuff, letting those things go so that you have a more enjoyable time is a habit you're going to want to get into. So bad habit number 3 that can ruin your trip is just not taking care of yourself. And one of those things where you want to take care of yourself is to make sure that you are getting a good restful night's sleep. Not getting enough sleep obviously can lead to things like irritability. And for me, if I'm not getting good quality sleep, I tend to be way more emotional with things than I am when I am very well rested. So getting good night's sleep while you're out there living the RV life is super important to being able to enjoy your trip. One thing we did recently that has totally helped us with getting better sleep is upgrading our RV mattress. Now, we tried adding different foam mattress toppers, but those still didn't make a big difference in the quality of our sleep or in making what really is a subpar mattress more comfortable. This is the perfect time to thank the sponsor of this video, rvmattress.com by Brooklyn Bedding. Their mattresses are made right here in the US and shipped conveniently to you for free. So no matter how or where you sleep, rvmattress.com has the right mattress for you. rvmattress.com makes mattresses that are the perfect fit to ensure a restful night's sleep and maximum energy on all of your adventures, which is pretty important to us since we've got 2 kiddos to keep up with in all of our RV living. RV Mattress even makes RV specific and non-traditional sizes to fit into any type of RV or van lifestyle. They are able to be made comfortable in all temperatures and climates, so they don't harden when it gets cold like some of those memory foam mattresses can do. They come in 3 different firmness options and have a 120-night sleep guarantee. And speaking of this guarantee, we actually thought after looking on the website that we we would want the Brooklyn Aurora Hybrid in a medium firmness. So that's what we had them send to us. However, after sleeping on it for a few nights, we felt it was actually too soft for our liking. So we let them know, and they sent us a firm one with no hassle, and it has been perfect. It was super easy to get and swap out as well. What we really like about it is it feels like a real bed and not like an RV bed. We do love it's made here in the USA, and the process to ship and get it into the RV was super simple. It comes rolled up in a box and wrapped in plastic, so we hoisted it into the RV. Now, I will let you know, they're heavy when they come. It was a 2-person job for both Ben and I, but we got it in the RV, unwrapped the plastic, and it just poofed right up, was ready to sleep on that night. All of their mattresses come with a 10-year warranty, so we know we won't have to replace the mattress we're using until way after the kids are at least in college. And since we're loving our RV mattress by Brooklyn Bedding, we wanted to share with you guys because we know that some of you probably are looking for a mattress and you'll want one too. We feel that rvmattress.com is definitely the destination for all your RV or van bedding needs. So if you're looking for a new mattress, you can check out rvmattress.com or go to the link below and get 20% off your mattress with the code GRATEFUL. Where's that bowl again? Where do I should really organize this. So bad habit number 4 that can absolutely ruin your RV trip is being disorganized. Now, if you've watched this channel for any length of time, you'll know that I'm a fan of all things organization, but that has actually been birthed by being a recovering disorganized person. So the biggest thing with RV living especially is if you can't find what you're looking for, it just causes more stress. But moreover with RV living is that you're trying to cram your whole life into your RV, or even if you're just going out for the weekend, there's a ton that you need to bring with you. And if you can't find what you're looking for when you need it, you tend to end up spending more money to go out and replace that thing you can't find, only to find it when you go to unload the RV after the weekend. So do yourself a favor, at the end of this video, I'm gonna put a whole playlist of videos on how to organize inside of your RV. So I know you're gonna want to watch those after you have finished watching this one.
Ooh. Ice cream. Cookies and cream. What?
So the number 5 habit that can ruin your RV trip is poor eating habits. Now, this is a hard one because part of the reason that we all want to live the RV lifestyle and to travel is to go to new places, and one of those things is trying new foods. But you just gotta make sure that you're balancing out when you're eating the junk with feeding your body what your body really needs. The biggest thing that we notice when we're not eating in a healthy way is that we are so tired. Such a lack of energy that we experience when we're not giving our body the nutrients that it really needs. And that actually can ruin your RV trip, because if you don't have the energy to go and do and see all the things you want to see, or you're constantly feeling tired, well, you're gonna end up sleeping in more, going to bed early, and not really maximizing the time that you have in a given area. So eating those healthy foods and staying on top of proper nutrition is essential to make sure that you can enjoy the RV life.
Uh-oh.
What?
People.
Oh no, people. So the number 6 bad habit that can ruin your RV trip is self-isolating. Now, we actually have seen this affect our children more than it has affected Ben and I personally, but we are really meant for connection, and especially our kids are meant for connection. And what we have learned over the last 4 years of living the RV life is that when our kids don't have the connections that they need and they're able to play with other kids and develop friendship, they really end up not being the healthiest version of themselves. And really the same goes for both Ben and I too. We need people in our lives. We need people that we can just sit around the campfire with and talk to and just enjoy each other. And so you want to be careful that you're not self-isolating. It's really easy in an RV campground to actually go the whole trip and not talk to anybody. It can happen. but when it does, you're going to not have those emotional connections and those connections with people that we really all need at a basic human level. So make sure that you say hi to somebody at the campground and maybe strike up a conversation. You never know what friends you might meet while you're out on the road.
All by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. What? It's leaking. Should probably fix that. Maybe later.
The next morning.
Oh no! This is a big problem. I should have fixed this earlier.
So bad habit number 7 that can definitely ruin your RV trip is ignoring maintenance items or small repairs on your RV. Now, there's a ton of maintenance and small repairs that need to be done on an RV from time to time. Some of those bigger things include things on the roof and redoing seals, making sure that you don't have things like water leaking out of those fresh water connections and that those are tight and that those gaskets have been replaced. Tons of things that will turn into a much bigger problem if you don't take care of it while it's small. So don't ignore those small things. Get on it right away before it becomes a much bigger issue.
Oh crap, I wasn't recording.
Are you kidding me? How do I look from this angle? Okay, okay. We kind of all know what are those pitfalls out there that we, pitfalls.
What?
Okay, no, cut. You'll have to let us know in the comments below, what are some of the bad habits that you have seen ruin your RV trips? Let us know in the comments below. That way we can all learn from each other. I'm gonna put that playlist right up here for more videos for RV organization so that your next trip isn't ruined with some disorganization. And if we don't see you out on the road or around the campground, we'll see you in the next video.